Oh, hello. Hello, everybody. And welcome to the show. He coughed straight away. Right, what have I got to do? I've got to send the links out. Got to send the links out first. Here we go. Hello, everybody. It's nearly Christmas. Yes, it is nearly Christmas. Right. Oh, I've got to get the... I've got to do that first. I've got to get the stream details. I've made it, though. I've made it. It's only 9 o'clock. Wowzers. I will be here until 10 o'clock, and I've got to go. I've got to go. Yes, that's non-negotiable, unfortunately. Non-negotiable. I've got to go. Right, there's that bit. Oh, dear. This takes so long. It really does. It takes so long. I've got to get the stream up. I've got to do this. I've got to get the links out. Oh, my goodness. It just takes too long. It takes too long. I've got to share it to Twitter. Not that anybody's ever on Twitter anymore. Whatever it's called now. X, Y, Z. I don't know. What's it called these days? Who cares? Nobody likes you, Elon. Nobody likes you. No, nobody likes you. Turn Twitter back to 2016. That's when it was great. That's when it was great. 2016. Right, we'll do it to Facebook as well. Yes, share, share, share. Share. I'm going to sneeze. Huh. No, I didn't. Oh, phew! Yes, I did. Da da da. Now I've got to put the links out. Oh my goodness. And everyone says, oh, streaming's easy. You just press that button there, press that button, and you just sit back and go, give me the money. Give me the money. If only it was that simple. La la la. Let's put the chat up. Oops. Don't put that up. That's my Facebook. Right. Come on. Sort it out, Dave. Sort it out. Okay. Right. Here we go. I am live. There we go. That's one. I am live. That's 2. Oh dear. I am live. That's 3. And there's one more. I am live. Oh my goodness. I think we've done it, lads. I think we've done it, chat. I think we've done it. Yes, we've done it. Right, okay. Let's get rid of that. And let's put the chat up. Because that's the most important thing. Because without people talking to you, you might as well just go home. There we go. Put that up there. And put that up there. There you go. Hello everyone and welcome to a very quick stream. I will be gone by 10 o'clock because this is going to be a 2-part stream. Hopefully the second part will be up tomorrow. Hoping to anyway. If not, then it'll be at some point. Anyway, hello to Mr. GJM99. He says, hi Dave, trust you're well. Yep, very good, thanks mate. Very good indeed. Oh, here he comes, Mr. Bois. I exist, and basically the only reason this stream. Yes. I tell you, he's been badgering me for days now. Have you done it yet? Have you done your all seasons yet? Have you done it? He's like Homer Simpson. No, not Homer. Like Bart Simpson on that car ride. Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there? No, go away. Anyway, so because of that badgering, I have sort of move things around, so this is hopefully going to be a 2-part stream. I will be gone definitely by 10 o'clock because I've got other things to do, but hopefully I'll be back tomorrow for part 2. Hello, Mr. Polish Eddie, welcome to the stream. Mr. Polish Eddie is here as well. Fantastic. So as I say, this is a live Q&A, which means you can ask me anything you like. Are we there yet? Yeah, very funny. Which means you can ask me anything you like, any question, and more specifically, it does. Yes. Oh, look. See what I've done now? See what I've done? Unbelievable. Yeah. Are we there? Yeah. See, he's going to post all that in the chat now for about the next hour. That's just going to be it. He's just going to keep. You see. I've created a monster. I've created a monster. I really have. I'm just, I'm like Frankenstein. I've just pulled down the lever on the electricity. It's just gone surging through him, and he's gone now. He's away and gone. I've got no control anymore. That's it, yes, but it's my own fault because it was me. It was all me. Anyway, so yes, this is going to be a live Q&A. Hopefully part 2 will be tomorrow, if not Friday, Saturday, Sunday, whatever, but I'll get it in at some point. So please feel free to ask me anything you want. Even shock horror, if it's nothing to do with Formula 1, yes. In fact, that would be a better thing if you could ask, but if you want to ask Formula 1 questions, then fire away, but if you don't want to, Say you've been sitting there all these years watching me and there's always something you wanted to ask me, I will answer it within reason. Obviously, I am streaming live on YouTube to the world, so I'm not going to incriminate myself. But yeah, ask away. Sergio Perez had a good 14-year run. Yes, he did. Does anyone have Will F1's contacts? Unfortunately not. Mr. Will F1 is very internet constrained. Let's put it that way. I've only ever seen him on YouTube. I've never seen him on any of the other social medias or Facebook or anything like that. So no, I don't know about that. Anyway, so we'll get on to Checo Perez in a minute. I don't want to get behind on the questions, so we're going to go straight on to Polish Eddie. My question is, what kind of freaking microphone do you have and how much did it cost? Because I got 2 separate headsets already and I spent $60 on the last one and it's bad. I don't know anything. Right, Mr. Polish Eddie, this microphone I have here, I've had for quite a few years now. Let me just push that up so you can see it. This, by the way, for the new people who don't know about audio or video, this is what they call a pop filter. Okay, you put that in. Oh, my mic's fallen down now, Eddie. My mic's fallen down. There you go. There you go. We'll leave it like that. But anyway, this is a pop filter for anyone that doesn't know. Oh, my Viagra timer's going off now. Oh, it's all going to pot already. I've only just started and it's all gone to pot. Right, this is a pop filter. Okay, what you do is you put that in front of your microphone. Okay, and because when people naturally, let me push that over there. When people naturally speak into a microphone and they say P, it pops. P pops. Yes, P. I don't know what I think. W. No, W's not so bad. It's P, and it pops. And that means it audio clips on the audio, which is very, very bad for people viewing at home, especially if they got headphones on. Yes, some of my early videos when I didn't have a proper microphone, I was like you, Eddie. I had a £5 piece of crap from Amazon because I thought at the time this will do. This will be fine. This will be fine. But later I learned no. You get what you pay for, unfortunately. And yes, a $5. I think I've still got it actually. Let me have a look to see if I can. I think I've still got it. I use it as a backup. In case anything else. Oh, in case anything else fails, I use it as a backup. And oh my god, it was $5. $5. Here it is. I still got it. Can't believe it. Trouble is, it's got 49 million cables wrapped around it. Yeah, let me see if I can. Oh, I don't want to move the webcam. Let me see if I can show it to you, Eddie. I've got to unwrap it. It's like a pretzel. It's like a pretzel. Oh my God, where's the end? Oh, there's the end. Okay, we should be there in a minute. Talk amongst yourselves. Talk amongst yourselves. Yeah. I got it. I got it. Right. This Eddie was my first microphone, and I used that for years on my channel. It's £5. Should be about $6 off Amazon. Okay. And yeah, it's a piece of garbage. It really is. But I used to have it professionally installed. I had it on a mic stand like this, as you can see. And yeah, I used it for years. But terrible popping on the piece, and the quality is absolutely horrendous. If you go back and look at some of my very early videos with the volume and what happens with the sound as it's coming out, it's absolutely horrible. But yes, this was my microphone for about 2 or 3 years on YouTube, because as I say, $5, I thought it's bound to be great, but unfortunately in regards to audio, no, the more you pay for it, the better it is. Now there's some very expensive microphones out there. I think it's by Rode. They're the ones, and Shure, you'll see all the podcasters using those because they are the most expensive mics you can get. They're about the $150, $200 mark. Very expensive indeed. Very expensive indeed. I've got to back up a bit too close to the mic. So they're very expensive. This one wasn't too bad. This was £60. It's by Marantz, who are a very good actual hi-fi company. I don't know if they're still going. I think they still are. But by Marantz. And this is called a podcaster microphone. So it's especially designed for speaking into, which some microphones aren't. But this one is especially designed for speaking, because it's called a cardioid microphone. And I'll just explain a little bit about that. It means that it picks the sound up in a very limited space, sort of like a bubble like this. That's how it picks the sound up. So it's very good at not picking up sounds from basically just that far away. You know, it really does concentrate on, and I'll say it wraps around in a bubble, and that's how it sort of picks the sound up. So podcaster microphones are the best for YouTube videos, really, because as I say, they're cardioid, and this one is a USB microphone. There is actually another connection which is better, but for a sort of mid-range microphone, USB is the best possible connection, because that crappy... What have I done with it? This crappy little £5 mic, yeah, plugs into the headphone socket of your computer. Okay, now the trouble with that is that's the worst quality sound output you can get if you plug it into the headphone socket. USB is a lot better. And that's what this microphone is plugged into, the USB. So yeah, once I got this one, and this has done me sterling job. I've had this since about 2018, something like that, and it's done really well. Let me put the pop filter back on. You see, like that. Now these modern microphones, podcasting microphones, you don't need a pop filter because it's all built in. Okay. Because I've had this a few years, then I've got the pop filter. But anyway, so there you go, Eddie. Spend about $50 to $60, and you will get a decent microphone. If you want it really great, then you're talking about $150 to $200 for a Shure or a Rode microphone. That you'll see them on all the podcasters, Joe Rogan. If you look at his microphone, I think that's either a Rode or a Shure microphone, and there you can always tell because it's got like a square end on it. They're the best ones you can get, but they are very, very expensive. But when, of course, you're someone like Joe Rogan, you don't have to worry about the expense of a microphone. So there you go. So yeah, this is the microphone that I use. So I've used it for quite a few years now, and she's still doing okay. So yeah, look at your budget, Eddie, about $50 to $60, and you'll get a decent microphone for that, definitely. DJM99 says, when are you going to change your wallpaper? And the answer to that is never, never. This is the same wallpaper I've had since I moved in 1995, and yeah, it's good. It's all good, so it's never going to change. He's probably watching TMY's Christmas things. Yes. Did you know that at 58, Briatore boffed Naomi Campbell? Wowzers! Did he really? I wonder who spread that rumour. I can't remember. P-Pop's people. Dave's an old git. Yes, absolutely. Brah, he's younger than... Yes, I am. Can we have an update on the complete guide to PlayStation F1 games? Definitely not just so you can rip apart EA games again. Yes, I will do an update. First blue, give way to the car behind you when you can. Second blue, ease off and let the car behind you... Yeah, yes, thank you. No problem, Eddie. No problem at all, mate. Never forget the legendary Hookster podcast. Yes. Yes. How many celebrities has she had on now since that podcast? Moved into your house in 1995. No wonder you're a bottler. Yes. We know what you're on about there. We know what you're on about. But, yes, the Hookster podcast. Now, this is something we have to look at because I haven't looked at this for ages. So where is... Because she said she was going to do all these special guests. She said all these special guests. Let's have a look at the Hookster podcast. What was it called? I can't remember. Oh, it's Hookster podcast, isn't it? I don't know. Let's type it in. Podcast. Oh, there it is. Oh, Talk Tour with Hayley Welsh. There you go. What fantastic guests has she had on now. I can't wait. I can't wait to watch this. Let's have a look. See what celebrities she's had on now. Let's have a look. Videos. How to avoid getting cancelled with Brooke Schofield. Yep, I know who that is. I told Mark Cuban about Pookie's Pickle. I showed my first song to Wiz Khalifa. Is she actually interviewing these people though, or does she... I've got to investigate this. With Jake Paul? Surely not. Surely not. I turned down OnlyFans. Yes. Oh my God. Now these are real celebrities, aren't they? These are real celebrities. So how many has she done now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 videos. So, wait a minute. Ah, you see, already the clickbait has started because she's got a picture of Jake, and he's not there, is he? He's not there. Let me just click on that and let me see if Jake Paul's actually in there, because I don't think he is. I think she's just clicked. Yep. Look, just yep. We don't really want to watch a stupid video. We just look. Yep. Look. I'm scrolling. Where's Jake Paul? No, he's not there. He's not there, everyone. Who else have we got? Now this is Mark Cuban. I know he's quite big in finance, isn't he, Mark Cuban? Oh, his adverts. I'm gonna get done for showing adverts now. I told Mark Cuban. Oh, he is actually there. Oh my goodness. Wowzers. Wowzers. So there you go. There's the Hawk Tour podcast. Fantastic. Fantastic indeed. Dave, when you're playing F1 online with mates, you're using a controller. Are your mates using wheels? Ah, that's a very good question, Mr. DJM99. And the answer to that is, most of them, yes. The two guys in front, Mr. Joseph 7833333339, uses a steering wheel. In fact, not only does he use a steering wheel, he's got a completely boring rig set up. You know, the kind of thing that these spanners like to have in their spare rooms or whatever they call it. I don't know. He's got a full rig setup. He's even got, he made the setup himself. Okay, he's got a Ford Pontiac seat, an actual Ford Pontiac seat, and he's built this rig out of bits of plumbing stuff. You know, the tubes, the plumbing tubes that you get. He's built all that up and made it into a simulator rig. Oh, I know. What a spanner. But he's done it. But he's got an actual Ford Pontiac seat. So, yes, he uses a steering wheel. Mr. Orlando, who is always up there at the front as well, he also uses a steering wheel as well. So yes, a lot of them do use steering wheels. Not everyone. There's about two more in front of me that are on controller as well. My teammate, Mr. Dusty Bin, he's on a controller. So, yeah, but the top guys are on steering wheels. Yes, absolutely. How to avoid being cancelled. You need to watch that one, Dave. Schofield, oh dear. Hello, Mr. Plynal Plessy. Welcome to the stream. He says, get Sergio Perez on this all season's rubbish. Yes. Oh, I should do. Oh, yeah. In fact, that's given me a good idea. Because I was actually out of ideas for this week. Not out of ideas, but I haven't actually looked. Because I usually look at all your comments to see which one I'm going to pick for next week, which is now this week. But that is actually a very good idea, and it is very topical. Get Jay's... No. Crazy how people get famous nowadays. She got famous for saying that she spits on a willy during a random encounter on the street. Yeah. Yep. If that was the 80s, that could have been me. That could have been me. Not spitting on a willy. No. No. But you get the idea. I could have been famous for something else. This is Jake. That is Jake Paul on there, Dave. Oh, right, okay. Where's the Carmen Jordan podcast? Yeah, no, that would be a good one. Hence them kicking your ass. Well, yeah, basically, that is why they kick my ass. Yes, because they're on wheels. Where will Sergio Perez be next year? He will be at your local Burger King. Do you want extra fries with that? Do you want extra fries? And onion rings? Oh, okay. Perez doesn't need the work, to be fair. Perez does need the work, to be fair. Yes, he does. Before we move on, let's just... go to the story. Who should we pick? Who should we pick? Not Sport Bible. Let's go for the Telegraph. Seems to be semi-decent. Yes, I accept. I'm in control. And who are you kidding? Red Bull sacks Sergio Perez as a driver, but he could earn more in an ambassadorial role for the team. Wow, this is Carmen Jordan Part 2. Mexican loses seat following dismal 2024 campaign with spiky New Zealander Liam Lawson lined up as a replacement. Oh, you bastards, Guardian. I'm not signing up so I can read. I can't read anyway. Let's go to the BBC. I don't like to, but their articles are free. Perez and Red Bull agreed to end contract early. Sergio Perez is to leave Red Bull 2 years before the end of his contract after reaching a termination agreement with the team. The move comes after a weak season for the Mexican, who failed to win a race and finished on the podium only 4 times as teammate Max Verstappen won his 4th world title. Perez, who has essentially been sacked, said, "I'm incredibly grateful for the past 4 years with Red Bull Racing and for the opportunity to race with such an amazing team. Driving for Red Bull has been an unforgettable experience and I'll always cherish the successes we achieved together." Perez, 34, is expected to be replaced by 22-year-old New Zealander Liam Lawson in a promotion from the sister Racing Bulls team. Lawson, who drove 6 races at the end of 2024 and 5 during 2023, is said to have been told he would be promoted before the season-ending Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. So, Red Bull knew they were going to sack Sergio before the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Interesting. Frenchman Isaac Hadjar, who finished second in Formula 2 this season, is expected to join the Racing Bulls alongside Japanese Yuki Tsunoda, who has been overlooked by Red Bull for a seat in the senior team. In Abu Dhabi, Perez expressed his concern for an inexperienced driver being put in alongside Verstappen. "Being teammates with Max at Red Bull as a young driver, I wouldn't like to be in those shoes if I'm honest," Perez said. "People cannot underestimate the level of challenge that there is in this seat." Although Red Bull had already decided to ditch Perez, he was reluctant to leave and his management sought the best possible compensation agreement before acquiescing. The team said announcements regarding the team's full 2025 lineup will be made in due course. Red Bull team principal Christian Horner added, "I would like to thank Checo Perez for all he has done for Red Bull Racing over the past 4 seasons. From the moment he joined in 2021, he proved himself to be an extraordinary team player, helping us to 2 Constructors' titles and to our first 1-2 finish in the Drivers' Championship." While Checo will not race for the team next season, he will always be an extremely popular team member and a treasured part of our history. "It's been an absolute pleasure driving alongside you," Verstappen posted on social media. "We've had some amazing moments together that I'll always remember." Red Bull's decision to drop Perez raises questions about the decision-making of Horner, who made the decision in May to sign him until the end of 2026. The move came at the start of a slump in form from Perez, which echoed a similar decline in 2023, and Horner said the intention was to allow him to recover his confidence. But Perez's performances did not improve. He took his final podium in the 5th race of the season in China, and after finishing 4th at the following race in Miami, his best result was a 6th place in the Netherlands. His one highlight for the remainder of the season was a strong performance in Azerbaijan, where he was on course for a podium finish before a late crash with Ferrari's Carlos Sainz. Perez's inability to get close to Verstappen's performance was a significant factor in Red Bull losing the Constructors' Championship. They finished 3rd behind McLaren and Ferrari, despite Verstappen's 9 victories. McLaren took 6 wins between Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri, and Ferrari 5 with Charles Leclerc and Sainz. Horner re-signed Perez, giving him a 2-year extension that seemed inexplicable to many in F1, rather than taking Sainz, who is being replaced at Ferrari next season by Lewis Hamilton. The basis for the decision was the tension that existed between the Verstappen and Sainz camps when the drivers were paired at Red Bull Junior's team in 2015 and early 2016. But Verstappen's father, Jos Verstappen, said he had never expressed a preference for Sainz not to rejoin Red Bull. Perez took 5 victories for Red Bull, 1 in 2021 and 2 each in 2022 and 2023, but was able to get close to Verstappen only for the first 4 races of 2023. However, he was instrumental in Verstappen winning his first world title in 2021. His aggressive defence against Hamilton at the season finale in Abu Dhabi allowed Verstappen to close back up to the 7-time champion in the middle of the race. That meant when a decisive late safety car period happened, Hamilton did not have a sufficient gap to pit for fresh tyres, while also retaining the race lead, which he would not likely have had Perez not blocked him for so long. That meant he was vulnerable to Verstappen, who did not stop for fresh rubber. Race driver Michael Masi started the race for one final lap, having ignored the rules governing a safety car period in 2 different ways, and Verstappen on fresh tyres was able to pass Hamilton, ensuring he, rather than the Mercedes driver, won the championship. And with that, a legacy was born. Yes, and loads of F1 YouTubers have made thousands of videos about that very topic, and they will probably make thousands more. Thousands more. God bless you all. F1 fixed. So there you go then. Sergio Perez is out of Formula 1. I doubt whether, to be honest, he will be back. I don't think there's any seats available for him. So he will go off either into the sunlight, although he's only 34, so he's still got a few years, so maybe he'll go into Formula E, possibly some kind of touring car. I'm not quite sure. But as far as his days in Formula 1 are concerned, I think that's it for Checo. Now, Checo was in Formula 1 from a very, very early age. If you go back through the Formula 1, I was playing one the other day, and Sergio Perez, and it was very, very early Formula 1 game, and Sergio Perez was in it. And I went, blimey, I couldn't believe that he was actually in the championship. That I think it was 2011. I think it was something like that. Yeah. So yes, he's been in Formula 1 a long time. So he joined Formula 1 at a very early age, because he's only 34 now. And so, sorry, I got distracted. I was having some messages sent to me. So yes, his future, I believe, in Formula 1 has now come to an end. And that's pretty sad, because he had some great years, especially his years at what was that team called before it changed to it was Racing Point and Force India. That's what I was trying to say. He had some great times at Force India. I think that's where he sort of come to prominence. I don't think he would have got that Red Bull drive without, those previous years at Force India, and of course it became Racing Point, and now of course it's Aston Martin. But yeah, so he certainly put in the groundwork to get himself a good seat. But sadly, I think that's it for Sergio Perez in regards to Formula 1. Obviously, if he hasn't got a job for next year, then he'll be like the top of the reserve list if anyone ends up with an illness or an injury in next year's championship. I'm pretty sure Sergio Perez will be the first one they will call upon as a reserve driver. But as far as full-time now in Formula 1 for Perez, I think the dream is over. The dream is over. And Checo Perez is probably never going to be seen in Formula 1 again. Hello, Mr. Will F1. Welcome to the stream. You're here. Good evening, Hookster. I've been watching some of the ITV F1 specials from the 1998 season recently. Yes, they were great. They were great. The Tory graph, you mean? Dave, show us the race race replay of the 2023 Las Vegas. No. Because I'll get cancelled. I'll get cancelled. Get Eddie Irvine on the All Seasons. I will get Eddie on the All Seasons, but someone's given me an idea for this week, so there you go. Lawson will be sacked come Zandvoort, says Bois. Far too early to be promoting him. He's going to get smashed. Yeah, I do agree with you there. Even Sergio Perez himself says that's a very, very tough seat to come into, and I do believe it is. To be Max Verstappen's teammate, I don't envy anyone having that job, to be honest. So we will see what happens. Get John Alesi on the All Seasons. Get Gerhard Berger on the All Seasons. Get Giancarlo Fisichella on. Yes. DJ99 says, I feel Sonoda would have been a better choice. I agree. Me too. I think I said it somewhere. I think probably last week or the week before I said Sonoda would have been a good choice there. But there you go. The big man himself, Mr. Christian Horner, who likes to explode in aircraft toilets on WhatsApp. Allegedly. Decided that Yuki was not the man. So there you go. But Max will want the weaker of the two as a teammate for obvious reasons discussed. Yes, obviously. He wants a weaker teammate because that's probably the reason also why Sainz didn't get in there. Because could you imagine Carlos Sainz and Max Verstappen as teammates? That would really throw a spanner into the apple cart, wouldn't it? That really would. And I can't see that working ever. So, unfortunately, that's probably one of the reasons why Carlos has had to resign himself to Williams, which I still say was a very, very bad move. And I don't foresee Carlos being able to do very much with that car. And I also suspect that after 2 years at Williams, he's definitely going to move on. James Vowles sold in this dream of, we're going to rejuvenate Williams. We're going to bring it back to the front again. But I don't see it. As David Coulthard said, past glory does not ensure future success. And that's what they're really doing. They're trying to, get on with the iconic brand name of Williams. It's an iconic name. It really is Williams. And they're trying to bring back the success, but I think it's too late. It's, their time has gone. They had a good run. They had a very good run. But I just think in 2025, it's just not going to be there. And I think Carlos Sainz is just going to, by about halfway through the season, he's going to end up disillusioned. He's going to be happy for the first half of the season because he's just driving a different car. He's just going to be happy. Whatever he can do, he'll be happy. But after about the halfway point, the disillusion is going to start creeping in, especially if he's ended up, just managing to get 10th place. If that's, going to be the situation, I don't know. Nobody knows what's going to happen. I mean, that Williams could be a rocket ship out of the gate next year. If that happens, I'll be so happy. It'd be unbelievable. But, just looking at the results of the team over the past few years, I can't see them suddenly turning that around and being as good as Carlos Sainz wants the car to be. Because that's the thing. Carlos wants that car to be as good as the Ferrari. And it's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. So I think Carlos is going to be pretty disillusioned by about halfway through next season. And, obviously he's got a multi-year contract, which anyone can get out of, as we've just seen with Checo. But I think he'll probably only stay for 2026. And then he'll probably see if he can move on. Get Pedro Diniz on this all season's rubbish. Get Jos Verstappen on this all season's rubbish. Yes. Yuki not getting that seat is an absolute disgrace. If I was him, I would quit the team in disgust. Yes, so would I. Get Luca Badeau on this all season's rubbish career. Josh thinks Leclerc might win the championship in 2025. I don't think that's going to happen. I think he's going to do well. He's definitely going to do better than Lulu. But I don't think he's going to win. No. If Ferrari keep improving. Yeah, they are going to keep improving. But Ferrari, they're a lot like a roller coaster. They do very well in some races and not in others. They've really got the same sort of performance as McLaren. They do exactly the same. They're very good in some races and not so good in others. So they've got a very varied up and down sort of performance. So I don't see him winning the championship. Get Valtteri Bottas on this all season. Yes, next year's champion will be the best of the worst, basically. Yes. Like 2008 then. Yeah. 1999 as well, you could argue. That was a truly great season. Yes, it was. 1999. Great season. I was just very upset that my beloved Williams were in those horrible colour scheme. again. I just got over the shock of 1998 colour scheme, and then they kept it for 99. That horrible Winfield cigarettes. That's why it was red and white. Oh my God! It just didn't look like a Williams to me. It really didn't. Horrible. But the season as a whole was very exciting. I have to agree. Yes, 1999, great season. Was that the one with Mika Hakkinen when he was crying in the bushes? Was that 99? I think it was. I always remember that. Yes, there he was. The helicopter camera was looking down. I think it was James Allen. Because no, it would have been Murray, wouldn't it? Yeah, Murray didn't retire till 2001. Yeah, it might have been Murray Walker. And the camera was panning down, and there was Mika Hakkinen in the bushes, and he says, "Oh God, he's crying in the bushes." That's great, absolutely great. Perez was here since 2011. Thank you, Blind Pussy. Yeah, as I say, I think that was the game I was playing. Yeah, and I saw Perez was in the list of drivers, and I went, blimey. He'll be off to Formula E. Has connections with one of the CEOs in there, I believe. Ah, okay, there we go. Off to Formula E. That's usually where a lot of the ex-drivers go, isn't it? Yeah, he will go to Lola when Degrassi retires. Not forgetting Perez saved Force India. Yes, not forgetting that. He certainly did save Force India, I have to admit. Well done indeed. Dave, show the replay of the 2021 Abu Dhabi. No. You just want to get me banned. And I'll tell you what, they will ban me from that. The FIA will come down hard on me if I show that. Pogetti says, have you thought of doing a separate channel for your Formula 1 opinions or rants? I think you would be successful if you had a separate channel for your gaming and for your F1 talks. Yeah, I have actually thought about that, Eddie. I have to admit, the only problem I've sort of had of that is I've seen other channels do that, and they haven't been as successful with the second channel, and they've sort of given up on it. You see, where I am with this channel, everybody knows where I am, you see, so they come to this channel. And if I broke off into... But I know what you're saying, and I agree. If I broke off into another channel, then I've basically got to build that audience up again from scratch. And a lot of people just, you know, they can't be bothered for the input, basically. And they certainly can't be bothered to hit the subscribe button, especially in 2024. Yeah, trying to get people to subscribe is just impossible in 2024. It really is, because basically just because of the way that YouTube works, and lots of people now watch YouTube videos from different places. You know, back in the day you watched YouTube on a computer, so you know the subscribe button, the like button was right there, even though now the like buttons disappear as well, but they were both there, so you could really easily just, as you're watching the video, bing bing. But now you got people watching videos on mobile phones, yeah, and although you can hit the subscribe button there, it's more difficult. You've got to come out of the video and then hit subscribe, whereas it used to just sit there underneath the video if you're watching it on a desktop, you see. So it was easier. So people now, they can't be bothered to hit the subscribe button because of, you know, because as I say, if they're on the toilet or they're on a bus watching a video as they're going along, you know, you're not going to sit there while the bus is going up and down going, oh, I like this, I must subscribe. They just can't be bothered. And of course you've got YouTube on smart TVs as well, you see, which is another thing. It's also another thing that for comments as well, because it's quite difficult to type in comments if you're watching it on a big smart TV. It's very difficult to write in a comment, especially if all you've got is a remote control. So people watch your videos, but they don't comment because it's too difficult to type in a comment if you watch it on a big TV. And they're not suddenly going to come out of that and then go over to the computer and then start, you know, it's just too much. It's just too much. So yeah, that's another problem. YouTube is being consumed in sort of several different places now, not just as it used to be, which is basically just on a computer. Now it's everywhere. It's on mobile phones, you know, it's on set-top boxes and all stuff like that. So all that is a problem. So, but yeah, I agree with you. I would like to, you know, take the F1 stuff that I do, the after race stuff and all that, and put it on another channel. But as I say, I've seen other channels do it, and it just hasn't been successful. And a lot of those channels as well have actually stopped their second ones because, you know, there's very little interest, which is a shame. But yeah, the other problem is that since YouTube changed the rules, now your channel, if you want to get it monetized, has to have 4,000 watch hours, and you had to have 1,000 subscribers. 4,000 watch hours is a very long time in a year. It's a very long time. You may think, oh, 4,000, that's not very long at all. No, you're right. But if you look at how people consume YouTube videos, most people, if they're going through a video, yeah, say it's a standard 26-minute long video, 20-minute video, which is what, you know, most long-form videos are, yeah, people will watch about 3 or 4 minutes of that video. I know that. I'm not stupid enough not to know that. My all seasons videos, people will watch about 3 or 4 minutes of that. Because so if you add 3 or 4 minutes to 4,000, it takes a very, very long time to get that. And so if you want the monetization, then, you know, you've got to get that watch time in. And that's the problem. I've got a second channel called F1 Games PlayStation Extra or something, which I haven't uploaded for ages. I could transfer all my stuff about real F1 onto that, but there's the problem. It's got less than 1,000 subscribers, and it's not going to get that watch time because it needs 4,000 hours every single year. So it's basically YouTube that have made that problem. Back in the day, small creators, because, you know, I'm still a very small creator, and when I started YouTube, I was a tiny little creator, but any person could start YouTube and they could start getting monetized for those videos pretty much straight away. You know, that there was no real limit. But the trouble with that is, and I can understand why YouTube did it, the trouble with that is anyone could make a YouTube channel, upload something, even if they've stolen it from someone else. If you know, it doesn't have to be their own content. They could upload something, and then they'd get, I don't know, just say they got 1 million views for that video, even if it's not theirs, and then they'd get the money for that. You see, because there was no limits onto subscriber counts or monetization, so they'd get the money for that. So I can see why YouTube did crack down on that and say, look, if you want to get paid, you've got to show some kind of commitment to YouTube, and that commitment is you must have over 1,000 subscribers and you must have 4,000 watch hours in a year. Then you'll get paid. So I can see why I did it. But as I say, back in the day when you were really small, that made a lot of difference because you're still only earning pennies, but those pennies helped you to, you know, invest into your channel more. It helped you to get better equipment to, you know, make better videos. That's basically what it was all about. But you can't do it anymore. So I'll say it's unfortunate, but I would love to do that. But I'll say I don't think it's going to be possible. No, blind or fleshy, it still haunts me. Hello, Laurie. Well, to be fair, I think Lawson has the potential to be as good as or better than Sonoda, but I think it's too early for Lawson. Yes, absolutely. I agree. It was Marco who made the decision to put Lawson in. Let's be real. Prime Eddie Irvine wins the championship in that McLaren car, no doubt. Polish Eddie says, that's funny. My next rap battle is most likely going to be Christian versus Toto, and that will be a line in there about Christian exploding on an airplane. I just want to tell you, Eddie, that I voted on your poll for Christian Horner versus Toto. I was going to put a little comment underneath and say I did that, but I thought, no, don't do that, Dave. You're just showing off now, so I left it. But yes, I did vote for Christian Horner versus Toto. And yes, please let's have Christian explode on an aeroplane. Yes, I can't wait for that. I really can't. James Vole says Will F1 is thinking 2026 will be like 1996 for Williams. James Bowles is a very funny man, isn't he? He's a very funny man. No, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. The trouble is, Williams has gone through so many changes. So many people have left from like the original team. I mean, even Claire has left now. You know, the Williams name is just that now. It's just a name. I think there's probably only about 2 original people left there. Probably not even that, to be honest. So it's purely just a name now. It's, you know, it isn't Williams. It isn't Williams. So yeah. I mean, that glory year of 1996 with Damon Hill win the championship. I can't see Williams ever being able to replicate that. I hope I'm wrong though. I hope I'm wrong. I hope next year they come out of the box fighting. But as I say, just judging on past performances doesn't ensure future success. Thank you, David. You know, I can't see it happening. I just can't see it happening. Williams might be half decent during 2026, but yeah, I'm sure Sainz will be missing Ferrari secretly. I'm sure he will. I'm sure he will, because, you know, once you get used to being in a good car, and that Ferrari, it is a good car. It's not up there with, but you know, on its day, it's unbeatable. It is unbeatable on its day. It's just that they don't have that many days, but on its day, it's unbeatable. So it's a very good car, and the Williams just nah. I say James has done a good job selling Carlos the dream that, you know, we're gonna rebuild him like the $6 million man. You know, we have the technology. You know, we're gonna put new arms on the Williams car, new legs, and it's gonna be able to run at 200 miles an hour. But the reality is, I think they'll be lucky to finish 11th and 12th, both drivers at Williams next year. I just Carlos will probably be able to sneak in a few 10th places, maybe some 8ths, maybe a few 6s as well on a good race when there's been a lot of crashes and people have, you know, gone out of the race. He'll probably get a few 6th positions, but I can't see that Williams ever getting any higher than 6th place next year. 2026 might be a good year for Williams because of the enormous regulation changes. It basically wipes the slate clean for everyone. Everyone is on a fresh sheet of paper, which I always like, actually, in Formula One. I like it when there's a big reset. Last time we had that, of course, was 2009, and of course that was the Brawn season, and everyone knows what happened there. So yeah, it's great when we get a big reset like this. So for 2026, I'm actually pretty excited for 2026. I want to see what happens, and I want to see who's out in front. I really do. So that's going to be great. But as for Williams, can't see it. Can't see it. Irvine was cack, Will. Got lucky in 99 and was nothing above decent otherwise. There you go. That's another opinion for you. Hello, Matthew 7657. Is Drum Tank as cute as he looks? Well, he likes to think so. Yeah, he likes to think so. And his grinder profile says so as well. So there you go. He thought it was Tinder, but it was Grindr. Yeah, anyway, a horrible mistake. And hopefully he's got over that. We'll be interested to see if Liam will be a team player. Yeah, that will be interesting. That will be interesting. Imagine if Liam turned into a Fernando Alonso 2007 at McLaren. That would be really great, wouldn't it? If he starts blocking Max in the garage during qualifying, I'd love to see that. But I think he's too much of a pussy, to be honest, to be doing stuff like that. I think he'll toe the line and do his job to the best of his ability. I can't see him doing anything like that. You know, Fernando Alonso, he's yeah. An enormous bellend, let's put it that way, and that's why I love him. I mean, any decent driver on form could win in that McLaren car. This is true, says Will. Carlos was hard done by. Yes, he certainly was. Certainly was. I'm still at a loss why he didn't go to Mercedes. At a loss why he didn't go to Mercedes. You know, not a top car, but it's still a good car. It's still a good car, and a lot better than the Williams. So I'm at a bit of a loss. Perhaps negotiations broke down. I don't know. I don't know. He won't be close enough to Max to matter. Yes, probably not. If Lawson somehow manages to win a race, I'll become a Maxi Boy fanboy page. Nice. To be fair, only 3 drivers based off their form this year, I think, would win the championship this year, maybe 5 at most the year before. Sainz will leave Williams at the end of 2025. You heard it here first. Yes. Wow. After just 1 year, that's yeah. In a McLaren, that is Jesus my English. That McLaren car should have won both championships dominantly this season. To be honest, Norris is definitely not one of the top 5 drivers this season, in my opinion. Yeah, we all know why Dave always mentions 1997 when talking about the late 90s. Yes. Yes. Lee McKenzie. Lee McKenzie. I'm rubbing my knees. Just. I know you can't see it on screen, but I promise I'm rubbing my knees. Hello, YouTube lawyers. Valtteri needs to talk about Will and his monologue on the All Seasons. Yes. Mika was abysmal in 1999. Didn't deserve that title in the slightest. Ooh, controversial take there. Controversial take. I agree. He wasn't that great. Lando Norris, Formula 1 Driver of the Year. Yeah, right. Sergio Perez finishes 8th with the best car and gets fired. Yeah, you've got to look at it from that point of view. In the best car, finishes 8th, and he gets fired. I mean, he still picked up 152 points in the championship, which is nothing to be sniffed at. I mean, Maxi Boy, because of his performance this year, didn't manage to get over the 500 points, which he did last year, because 2023 was a lot easier for Max to win the championship. He only got 400 and odd something. I think it's 429, something like that anyway. So he didn't get past the 500. So 429 against 152. Yeah, it's a lot of points, but, you know, Perez was still there getting points, and yet, yep, he still gets fired. So there you go. 1999 was the only time a Jordan had a title chance. Oh, yes, the Jordan. Now, while we talk about Jordan, I would just like to say some very sad news, which I watched the other day. In fact, I started to watch, and I couldn't watch. I had to click off it, unfortunately. As you will probably know, because it's been all over the internet, Eddie Jordan, the former team boss of Jordan, has got cancer. And from what I understand, it's a very aggressive form of cancer. I do believe it was prostate cancer, but it's now spread to his spine and to other places as well. He is understandably taking chemotherapy. He has done a podcast, because David Coulthard and him do this podcast where he did discuss what was going on. I did see him on the podcast, and as I say, unfortunately I had to click off it because it was a hard watch. I mean, for obvious reasons, he looks very ill indeed. For obvious reasons, anyone who's undergone chemotherapy will tell you that, you know, that's probably worse than the cancer, basically. And so, yeah, I'd just like to send my best wishes to Eddie Jordan. Sorry, I was looking at the chat as I was saying that. To Eddie Jordan, and hopefully he will get through this. Hopefully, but yeah, I was very sad to see that, because he was such a jolly chap. You know, he was always on the up. So to see him like this wasn't good. And unfortunately, you know, when you start to get a bit older, I'm not that old, but you know what I mean. When you start to get a little bit older, you start to look around at your own mortality as well, you know, and so, you know, it starts to hit you a little bit more. But anyway, just thought I'd say, you know, I hope everything works out there for Eddie Jordan. Right, let's continue. Tony Fernandez needs to talk about Laurie Rastogi in his monologue on the all season's rubbish. Mika in general was very up and down, definitely one of the weaker champions. Yeah, best car for 5 races. Poor Sergio. Hello, sir. Welcome to the stream. I know. 152 points obviously didn't mean anything. Jesus. Russell had an amazing season. Hulkenberg 11th, best driver for 2024, and Magnussen Hulkenberg. I mean, a lot of the champions in the 90s were, to be honest. To be fair, I think Perez fans, and indeed Perez himself, will be relieved his Red Bull tenure as a full-time driver is over. It definitely wasn't my fault Checo was sacked today. I will tell everyone watching that it is actually Mr. Broir's fault, because today he informed me that he bought a Sergio Perez cap, and he was pretty much wearing the cap when it was announced that he got sacked. So all the blame has to go to Mr. Broir in the chat. Yes, it was his fault that Sergio Perez got the sack. No, not really, but it's a good joke. It's a good joke, isn't it? I like it. Sometimes I'm guilty of forgetting to like the video due to most of the time I watch on a phone. Yes, you see, as I say, lots of people watch videos on the phone, and I say they forget to hit the like button. I mean, only Frentzen and Schumacher drove like a championship level driver in 1999. Yes, unfortunately. I mean, Michael would have won that championship in 99 had it been for his leg break. That was clear. Very, very clear. Oh, and Graham Hill, PK, Bradman, Hackman are better than Vettel because he fell off after 2013. Magical Formula 1 world after all. Yes, it is. Perez will enjoy the contract payoff for sure. Not even Frentzen, he was another lucky one. I mean, Jordan were well slower than McLaren and Ferrari in 99. What about Hill 1996 and Villeneuve 1997 then? Hill was enormously overrated at the time. I mean, Nedzo nails it. Damon Hill being overrated. Hello, Mr. Champ 92. He says, Checo Perez. Yes, I like what you did there. Yes. We don't mention that person over here. Villeneuve 1997, Hill 1996. I am honest, it was only a matter of time that you would get the news of his departure. It is true. It was definitely on the cards. Got a notification from YouTube saying I can now choose if I want third-party companies to use my content to train AI. Wow, I haven't had that. I haven't had that notification. No. So yeah, go for it. Go for it. Jack Villeneuve, Damon Hill, to be honest. Thankfully, it's off by default. Oh, good. What's your favourite guy, Bois? Not in terms of choosing teams. Frentzen smoked Hill in 1999 and that Jordan, so yeah, that to me proved that Hill was mid. Yeah, I think I've mentioned it before in streams. Damon Hill was a good driver, but he wasn't a great driver. He was a good driver, not a great driver. He won the championship in 1996 with a lot of luck, and most of that luck came from the fact that Michael Schumacher was in his first year at Ferrari, and that Ferrari car, by any stretch of the imagination, was nowhere near a World Championship winning car. Don't forget they had adopted that car from 1995 when it had the huge, I think it was the V12 engine in it, wasn't it? And the 95 Ferrari was an absolute dog of a car. It really was. And into 96 they had streamlined it and refined it a little bit, knowing that Schumacher was going into the team, but still that car was just nowhere near World Championship material, and that is what helped Damon Hill win the championship. But even then, Damon Hill made mistakes during races and threw away races which he should have won. So, you know, it was just one of those things, to be honest. But yeah, if Schumacher had been still at Benetton in 1996, Schumacher would have won the World Championship. No question. No question at all. No question at all. Unfortunately, it went to Gerhard Berger, didn't it? And John Alesi for 1996 in those Benettons. And unfortunately, they'd inherited a car which had been 100% set up over the years for Michael Schumacher. And Michael Schumacher liked a very pointy at the front car, like a go-kart sort of going into the corners. And, you know, this is what both those drivers were left with in 96. So they found it very, very difficult at the start until they could refine the setup themselves to get any performance out of that Benetton. It was very bad for them. But as I say, if Michael had stayed on at Benetton, he would have won that championship over Damon Hill. No question whatsoever. No question whatsoever. You're watching him. Oh, thank you very much. Pedro Diniz outperformed Hill at times in 97. Damon Hill is not Graham. True. He did, yeah, Hill in that awful Arrows Yamaha. Yeah, I never understood why he went. Well, I do understand why, because he was sacked in the middle of the season in 1996, Damon Hill. Sacked by Williams. Very strange set of circumstances. And yet he still went on to win the championship. And I think Williams knew he would probably win it, but they still sacked him. So bizarre, but that's Formula One for you. But unfortunately, Damon Hill's choices, because most of the other seats have been filled, was very limited. But he was offered a drive at Jordan for 97, but he turned that down. I was very surprised why he turned that down, because I think that would have been a good choice, because if you look at their 98 and 99 season, they were developing all the time and getting better and better and better, and that would have been a really good fit for Damon, I do believe, if he'd have gone into that team and been a part of that development process. I think that would have been great, instead of going into a completely dog shit of a car in the Arrows, which, yeah, it had a lot of money behind it, and it had some very good people behind it as well. I can't remember the bloke's name, but the aerodynamicist who joined at Arrows for 97 to try and get that car competitive. I can't remember his name, but he was one of the great, like an Adrian Newey of his day. But to actually sort of do that anyway, it was never going to work, really, because it was still an Arrows at the end of the day. And so, yeah, I mean, personally, I would have gone to Jordan, and I think he would have had a lot more success there. I mean, he did eventually go to Jordan, obviously, and he did do quite well, but he was eventually overshadowed by Heinz-Harald Frentzen, which I always find funny, because he was the one that went into Williams and got Damon's seat. Anyway, Williams to be the same place 2 years from now. Oh, yeah. Oh, that old chestnut. Because Williams is 20 years back, mate. 1997 is also a great season. Yes, I agree with you. Mostly because it was on ITV in the UK, 1997 season, and it was great. Albon will be gone by mid-season in 2025. Williams is simply so slow in terms of developing. 9 of the 12 teams got on the podium at least once. He will. Albon will upset Sainz, who is winding down. And speaking of 1997, we're on that year on Top of the Pops, but BBC will be skipping 11 episodes due to R. Kelly, oops, and P. Diddy, oops. I'll tell you what, it'll probably get to a stage in 20 years' time where they won't be able to show any episodes of Top of the Pops, because they'll all have someone who's done something in them. It's going to happen, isn't it? I can see it, definitely. Definitely. Especially in regards to music, because, I mean, that's just... really. Because Sainz will send Albon into retirement and he can sing Smooth Operator and say, oh, I sent it. Yes, indeed. Smooth Operator. Albon struggled with Colapinto. Yes, let that sink in. I believe I can fly. I believe I'm a PDF. Anyway, let's move on. Mercedes. Do you know the real crime in that? I love that song. I really do. If you take everything out of the equation of that song, which is the person who sung it and what that person did, take all that out. Obviously you can't, because it's there and it's fact, but take all that out. That's a bloody good song. And it's just a shame. Just a shame. That's what I say. It's a bloody good song. But not anymore. I'm going to say it's the same Michael Jackson. I love those songs. Thriller. Oh my God. I used to listen to that on repeat during the 80s, practically every day. Like 5 or 6 times a day. Thriller. It's just a shame. It's just, even though, I've got to say this in case the lawyers are watching, Michael Jackson was not accused of anything. You know, he did nothing wrong. You know, he paid someone a lot of money to make sure that he didn't do anything wrong. But yeah, it was all alleged he didn't do anything wrong according to the lawyers and the courts and what have you. But it's just a shame because, you know, I used to love Michael Jackson songs. Beat It, you know. Of course, that was parodied by Weird Al Yankovic with Eat It, which I think I prefer a little bit more. I think I prefer that one a little bit more than the actual original. But yeah, I used to love all the Michael Jackson songs. Beat It, all of those. But it's, you know, it's just a shame now. You know, I can't listen to Michael Jackson songs now, you know, thinking, oh, that's great. Same as I can't listen to R. Kelly now and think, oh, that's great, you know. I mean, if it comes on in the background, I'm not going to switch it off, but, you know, I haven't got that same enthusiasm that I had before all these stuff came out about both of them. You know, I can't get, how can you get enthusiastic about someone when you know what they've done? You just can't. So anyway, it's just a shame. Just a shame. Mercedes will be sneaky, yes. Then it's squeaky bum time for Red Bull. Abu Dhabi this year was the last ever podium for Sainz in his career. Wowzers. You heard it here first. And to not promote Yuki for Red Bull is a crime and diabolical. And if you ask me, but hey, it's only because of the Honda deal he can then open his own restaurant. Yes, indeed. There is a tiebreaker poll I just put up. Toto versus Christian and Senna versus Prost. They were tied. Oh, no. Oh, no. I'd still go for Toto versus Christian. I'd go for Toto versus Christian. Only because it's more topical. Disagree, KD. Feel free to vote if you like. I have to run right now, but I like to hit the like button. You guys have a good day. Thank you, Eddie. Well, thanks for joining the stream tonight, mate. Thanks very much. 2024 will be Norris's most successful season in his F1 career. I think Sainz and Albon will be a weird battle, to be honest. Liam Lawson does a lot of work on his awareness, though sometimes he's a bit like Max in terms of temper, maybe. You can't see it? Why do I, Dave? Sainz will absolutely dominate Albon. Most successful win, he was an awful this season. Have you seen how Lawson drives into others at times? If they take Lawson. Red Bull is in shambles. Yes, I agree. Yeah, Norris will keep getting more awful with every season. Because I picture Albon having a lot of quality Sainz has. Merck only offered Sainz a 1-year contract, which he didn't want. Oh, okay, that's the reason. Also, Albon has only been at the team for 3 seasons. Carlos Gaines. Carlos Gaines. I like that. Albon isn't any good. Lee McKenzie. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Lee McKenzie. She's a firecracker, is Lee McKenzie. I always say, anyone who's not from England, but I will tell you, never argue with a Scottish woman. You're in for a whole heap of trouble. You're in for a whole heap of hurt. Never argue with a Scottish woman because you will lose. You will lose every single time, I guarantee you. Come on, he's in Formula 1. He's got to have some level. He got podiums. I'm rubbing my knees too, Dave. Yes, Albon got 2 lucky podiums. Maxi pad Verstappen. Perez did not get the results anyone which would be required from him in that contract. That's why. 2 podiums is 2 podiums. I mean, how many others can manage it? I would have sacked him too. Yes, Eddie has cancer. Hope he can pull it off. Yeah, me too. I'm not interested. Sainz will absolutely dominate. Eddie Jordan can be rude at times, but yeah, still my best wishes to him. That's how I simply put it. Yep. I mean, he might. I just don't know how good Sainz is. Never finished top 4 in a title whenever a guy in year 2 has. Honestly, the sport is skewed as fuck. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. That is a very good sentiment and very, very true. Sainz has been beaten Norris twice at McLaren, but got beaten by Verstappen, Hulkenberg, Leclerc in the standings. He won against Leclerc in his first Ferrari season, 2021. The only thing I can say for certain is Sainz is a hell of a very good racer. What's the worst circuit you've ever seen and drove, Dave? The worst circuit I've ever seen is Hungary, and it's the worst circuit I drive on. I can't stand that. Even Monaco, it's above. I can't stand Monaco either, but yes, That circuit just hates me, and I hate it back. He always has been followed him since junior days, the likes of him, Vettel, Hamilton, Glock, Hulkenberg. Damon Hill only ran Michael off the circuit in 1995. Schumacher is the best. He had contracts from so many other teams and decided to do things his own way. This made his status bigger than everyone. Stop going on about Piastri finishing fourth for his second season in a dominant car. The Ferrari 1995 was so unreliable. 1993, 94, 95, 96, awful. Yes, I agree. I think most of that, though, was because of that questionable decision of having a V12 in it, which was so heavy and unreliable. Piastri, Mr. Consistency. Damon Hill wins the title and Williams says, as of today, you are no longer an employee of this organisation. Yes, just weird, isn't it, how that happened? Yes, Hill got sacked truly like. Piastri is not remotely consistent. Damon Hill's an odd one given that he started in F1 when he was 32 years old. Yeah, he started in bikes, didn't he? He was on bikes before that. That's why he didn't join F1 until a lot later. Completed every lap. Mr. Consistency. John Barnard was the guy... That's it. John Barnard was the guy Arrows was a past that has been with them. That's it. Arrows got designed by Ross Ball in the early days. The last heyday was with the Supertech engine 2000. But as soon as they got Asiatech, which was basically a labelled Peugeot engine, they were doomed. Saye is paid by McLaren Formula 1 team. That Craig kid, what a go-karter. Adrian Newey started at Leighton House. Yes, I remember that. And BBC had to skip a few 2003 episodes due to R. Kelly, but also Jay-Z featured on Beyonce's Crazy in Love, which got to number 1. In 1998, they had to skip one because Jay-Z is the opening act and they can't edit him out. It's just ridiculous, isn't it? Just ridiculous. Saye is paid by Nib Lowy to say good things about Australian drivers. Randy Singh is the GOAT strategist as well. Big up his damn self. Diddy is a legend still, man. Just remember him for his legacy and how he was in those days instead of what you hear nowadays about him. That's true. I mean, Australians are good racers, to be fair. Piastri is barely a top 10 driver this year. Alex Albon's one of the top flops of 24. Watch V8 supercars. MJ definite. Oh, look at that, everyone. Look at that. Look at that. I can't believe it. MJ definitely beat it. Oh God, what can I do with that? There you go. I can pin that message. There you go. I've pinned that message to the top of the stream. MJ definitely beat it. I should just end the stream there because what else can you say to top that? Really? What else can you say? Get Jack Nicholls on his all seasons rubbish. You got people saying, why do they skip R. Kelly but leave in Michael Jackson? True. Get Greg Wallish on the all seasons. I got Greg Wallish on. He was on the other week. Michael Jackson I can still listen to because the guy was deleted. True. He was on the other episode for about 4 seconds. Get Regal on the all seasons. Are you going to reveal the game I've picked for the return of the James May career mode? Yes. It's, what's it called? F1 World Grand Prix. There you go. Dave loves Lee Mackenzie. I certainly do. Firecracker, Lee Mackenzie. Yes. Dave was a crush on... Yes, I do. TB naked. No. TB got his clothes on. Look. Got his clothes on because it's cold, isn't it, TB? Ooh, it's very, very cold. Very, very cold. What's that you want to say? You knew Michael Jackson? Anyway, let's move on. Scottish woman. So Susie Wolf. Oh, yeah, Susie Wolf. That's why she's married to Toto Wolff, you know. And Toto will tell you, if you ask him, don't take shit. Don't give any shit to a Scottish woman because you will lose every single time. Yes, it's hard to explain, but they have a fire and that can't be beaten. And try as you might, you could never get one over the Scottish. No. Yes, champ, just don't ask the FIA. TB naked. Hungry Dave. Hungry, yes. You hate hungry more than yin yang. Yeah, no, I quite like yin yang wing wang. Can't give a damn. At not getting podiums, agreed on that. I do believe the next season, F125, will be amazing. I don't think there will be even be another Top of the Pops year on BBC4 where they show all the episodes. No, I don't think they will. Porsche, Toyota and Ferrari going in at WEC. Get TRL, no. 1989, 1990 being the only ones. 1993 had one skip due to Rolf Harris. Oh my God. Was he doing his Timey Kangaroo down sport time? Or was it the other one where the if you fall I'd left you crying when there's room on my cock foot? Horse! I meant to say horse. Sorry. Oh, sorry, YouTube. Yes. I've lost. There we are. Get out. What a savage. And 1991 had 3 skipped, one because of the doors at the end, and due to licensing issues, the BBC needs to pay money to use their music on the TV. Washed opinions. And the other 2, because some pretender nobody knows of didn't allow his episode to be shown. But which F1 World Grand Prix has many different versions of them? It's the, I think it's the 2000 edition. Yeah, 2000, there you go. TB Cloughy, yes. No TB naked. TB will dance to Michael Jackson now. Yes. Beat it. Finally, a good mystery mod. McLaren Teddy Bear. Your 2010 All Seasons says otherwise about your opinion of Korea. Oh, does it? Well, that was a long time ago. I forgot about those. He was doing a cover of Stairway to Heaven. Oh my God. Was he really? Rolf Harris. Oh my God. Oh my God. They couldn't edit him out because the host kept mentioning him throughout the show. VAR reviews the 2008 championship won by Lewis Hamilton. If McLaren is clever, they better not use their current resources to dominate 225. 1995 had 2 skipped due to R. Kerry and Gary Glitter hosting. Oh my God. TB naked. 1996 had 5 skipped when I thought they'd skip 1. 1 was skipped due to John Alford, aka Robbie from Grange Hill and London's Berlin. Yes, I was reading about that a little while ago. The other 2 because some competition winner was, yeah, you know the rest. Yes, we do indeed. It was only the 4th time in F1 that we had a driver winning the championship which was not the race-winning team. 1999, 2008, 2021 and 2024. And 1 because of Gary Glitter hosting again, and the other due to Sean Ryder referencing Jimmy Savile. Oh my God. Right, peoples, I've got to disappear. I shall be back for a part 2 of this stream, hopefully tomorrow. It happened in 1994 a number of times in the 1980s. Now, I titled this video, it was an Ask Me Q&A, okay, which you could ask me anything. So just before I go, I want everyone in the chat, who's in the chat right now, to ask me one question, whatever it is, doesn't matter what it is. You can, if I'm not going to answer it, I won't, okay. But please make it not Formula One. For the final couple of minutes of the stream, ask me any question you want, not Formula One related, and I will see if I can answer it, and then I shall disappear. So go for it. Ask me anything you've always wanted to ask. Go for it right now. With a quiz tomorrow, Dave. I'll see if I can sort some kind of quiz out, but I haven't got a lot of time. I will see. So yes, get your question in right now. Anything at all. If you've ever wanted to ask me one question, now's the time. Has Dave been following the darts? Unfortunately not. I used to follow the darts, but not since Jockey Wilson retired. Not since Jockey Wilson retired, because I used to love Jockey on the Jockey. Yes, he was great, but I haven't watched it since. Right. I'm going to answer these questions. Let's see if everyone in the chat can ask me one question and I'll answer them all together. And I promise, as long as I'm not incriminating myself, I shall answer the questions. I'll say anything you like, just put it in there. I'll answer it. One question, please, from everyone before I go. Do, do, do. Right, okay. I'm going to answer the questions. Yep, we've got enough. Hang on, one of these I've got to... Hang on a second. Right, okay. Right, unlike other F1 YouTubers, I will answer these questions honestly, as long as they don't incriminate me. So whatever you've asked me, I will answer them. So here we go. Mr. Bois says, what porn site do you use? I use XNXX. It's the blue one. You know, the blue one. The blue one. The one just underneath Pornhub when you type in, you know, into the search engine. That one. That one. That's my favourite of choice anyway. What a question. What a question. When am I getting TB, says Will F1. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry, Will. That's a no. That's a no. He's staying with me. He can't go outside anyway. He might get sick. Yes. Okay. My question is, what is the most favourite thing you love to do in your free time when it's not racing or gaming related? Wow. Now, that's a good question. That's a good question. It's not racing or gaming related. Wowzers. That's yeah, that doesn't no, I've got it. I am a movie buff, and I do enjoy watching movies, so I'm going to go for that. I get a lot of enjoyment from watching films, so yeah, I'm going to go for films. There you go. But yeah, if it's not racing or gaming related or YouTube, that's not a lot. Not a lot. If you go, Josh is then to put Leclerc's best drive. Bois says, what is it like in Chatham? I'll tell you what it's like in Chatham. Absolutely bloody awful. Yes. Think of Baghdad crossed with a little bit of Brixton and a little bit of East End of London. Yeah. And you have got my hometown in a nutshell. Yes. In a nutshell. What was the Hookster like at school? I was a right little git. Yes, a right little Trumpton. I really was. Yes, I admit. I was very badly behaved. I also missed school on a lot of occasions. Also, I got severely punished lots of times. Yes, lots of times with the use of one of those sticky things that went on your hand or your bottom. Although I think back in those days you weren't allowed to do the bottom, so it was the hand. Yes, I got caned a lot of times at school. Yes, because I was very, very naughty. In fact, when I was 12 years old, 13, 14, something like that anyway, I was very into lifting weights, and I used to go to a gym three times a week. Now, at the time, I had a paper round straight after school. So straight after school, I used to go and deliver newspapers on my bike. And I asked the teacher once whether I could take my bike into school and into the gym so I could go straight onto my paper round. And my teacher said no. And I disobeyed that instruction and still took my bike. And then the teacher found out about it and reported me to the head teacher, and then I was severely spanked severely spanked across the hand for being a naughty boy. But yes, I was not a model student. I was not a model student. I said I'd answer these questions honestly, unlike some YouTubers, and I am answering honestly. I was not a good student. I was very, very naughty. Very, very naughty indeed. Don't do it, kids. Don't do it. Don't do it. No, it's not worth it. But I did skip school a lot. Yes. My philosophy on school was, well, it's open all day. What's the hurry? So yes, I did skip school a lot. I did have a lot of problems in my formative years at school. Almost had a few problems with social services at school as well. But anyway, don't do it. Don't do it. Mr. Regawa says, how do you organise a space party, you planet? No. Haha, you really asked that. I said I would. I said I would honestly answer the question as long as it was not something of a personal nature or would incriminate myself. So I've answered it. There you go. That is my site of choice. X, Y, I don't know what it is. But yeah, it's the blue one. It's the blue one. And I answered it. So there you go. Enough now. The blue one. Can I burn TB? No. No. I want to put the clerk. I always have good serious questions. Yes, you do. Yeah, it would be funny. Dave can't tell you his actual favourite thing, otherwise YouTube will ban him. That's true. Movies. Yeah, I do like. No problem. Blue one, like Viagra pills. Yes. I cannot hold my laughter now for minutes. You answered it. Chatham is best friends with Poignang. Yes, it is. Hookster whacked with the cane. Dave spanked. Yeah, all right. Yeah, I admit I was spanked several times. In fact, it got to the point that I started to enjoy it. Anyway, yes, I was a naughty boy. Now, never on the bottom though. I'd say it was the back of the hand or whatever. Yeah, yes, very, very, very hard as well by the headmaster of the school that I went to. Very, very, very. You know. He was definitely a sadist and he was definitely enjoying it. I'll tell you, definitely enjoying it. I didn't bloody enjoy it, but yes. So there you go. Hookster whack with the cane. How much does Josh pay you? I presume you mean for my skits. Well, he's supposed to be paying me in a video come DVD recorder, but he hasn't delivered to me yet. But I don't know. I think he's fallen in love with it himself, I think, so I may get it, I may. How much do you love I love Yorkshire, I really do. Especially the puddings, can't beat them. But anyway, don't do it. A man, a word, Dave Hookster. How many restraining orders do you have against you? Quite a few. I'm almost up to my sort of unrestraining soon, so I won't have as many, but yeah, I've got a few. So can you recommend that porn site to me? Yeah, I can. Yes, it's got lots of educational material on it. You know, I possibly look at it for anatomy reasons. Yes, you know, human anatomy, because you know there's lots of times when you need to check stuff out. You know, and that's the best place to go to for any sort of human anatomy. If you're taking a class in human anatomy, then I would thoroughly recommend. The blue one. Yes, the blue one. Yes. How old is T? He's 83 years old. 83. I know he doesn't look it, but he does. New York, lovely. Yorkshire, man. Mercurial, I guess. So, the arse red as a monkey. Yes. Where does TB sleep? He sleeps right underneath where I am here. He's got a little sort of comfy bit there that he sleeps. God, what's your favourite YouTuber? Oh, I tell you what, I couldn't put it into words. I love them all. Benjamin Daly, Tiamat Marduke. Oh, God, yes. Oh, God, yes. I love Benji. I love Benji so much, I'll tell you. Yes. Oh, almost as much as I love Lee McKenzie. However, oh, my God. However, oh, yes. Best F1 YouTuber out there. Absolutely. Love it. Love it. Oh, we're being serious. My favourite F1 YouTuber. I've actually got two, and you probably won't believe them, but one of them is TechMoan, which is a technology channel that does tech. I like his stuff. And the other one is explainingcomputers.com with Christopher Barnett. Because he's just so weird, and I just love it. I really do, because he is just very, very weird. And if you listen to the way he talks, it's just brilliant. It really is. Really is. And he's a very weird man. He's a very weird man. Yes, Explaining Computers. Explainingcomputers.com. Hello and welcome to another video. That's the way he talks. Go check him out. Explainingcomputers.com. Christopher Barnett. Yes, he's just brilliant. He's just brilliant. I don't understand half the technology stuff he talks about, and it goes way over my head, but I just love it. I just love it. I really do, yes. Today, we're going to talk about the transitioning from Windows 10 to Windows 11. Just great. There you go. How many boys did your headmaster keep in his dungeon? There was limited space, but I think it was about 7 at a time. About 7. Educational material, human anatomy. Did you ever set off the fire alarm? I said I was going to answer these honestly. Yes, I did. TB is 83. Nice, yes. Let's have more 83 years then. TB is younger than you. I am not that old. I'm younger than Jason Statham. No, I'm the same age as Jason Statham. Yes. How often do you wash TB? Not as often as he should be washed. Hang on. Trouble is, you have to put him in this. You have to put him in a very cold wash because he's got like stickers and labels all over him, and you know these bits. See these bits here. You've got to be careful of those because they can come off. So you have to put him in a very cold wash. But yes, not as often as he should be. He's very, very dusty. Let's do a smell check. Actually, he doesn't smell of anything bad, but he doesn't smell of anything at all. He's got a very neutral smell. Yes, but it's not a bad. There's no bad odours from TB. But he just doesn't smell of anything. Not that I can smell, but you know what I mean. But he just, yeah, he smells all right. That's all I'm saying. Benjamin Daly, Arava. Where's that tape of Rachel Riley? That's in my safe downstairs. Yes. Oh, I mean, YouTuber in general doesn't have to be F1. Yeah. Okay, maybe I'll check that out at times. Yes, go and check out explainingcomputers.com. You probably, like me, won't understand half of it because I don't. I'm like, what? It's just the way he speaks. And as I say, he's a very weird man. And I love it. I love it. Yes, I love it. The more weirder, the better. And yes, and he is very weird. Very successful, though, on YouTube. I think he's got close to 1 million subscribers. So he's doing bloody well for a very weird man. You only like TechMoan because he's bald like you. All right. Yes, that's true. That's true. He is bald like me. I will give it a go. Will F1 says, when are you going to retire? I have set my retirement date and it's 2035. There you go, Will. 2030. Only joking. I have no idea. When you lot and YouTube gets fed up with me. Yes, I've always said the moment I upload a video and after a week there's no comments, then I'll know it's time to go. Yes. Then I'll know it's time to go. But until then, I will carry on because it's you guys out there that make me carry on. Otherwise, I wouldn't. I'd be gone. Yes, I'd just pack up and retire. So yes, all the time you guys are around, I'll still be here. Yes. But yes, there will of course be an endpoint, and I will, as I said before, I will let you know when that is, at least 1 year ahead. Okay, so just to, you know, so you've got lots of time to know that this is going to be the last of this, and this is at least a year ahead. So there you go. I'm not announcing it yet, so there you go. I thought PSL was your favourite. Well, he was, but then he stopped talking to me, so now he's not. Maybe when people follow Rule 3. He set off the fire like, yes, yes, yes. Dave states, not often as he should be washed. That's true. Put him in the tumbler. Yes. Dave loves fire alarms. Dusty, dirty TV. Neutral smell. Has TB ever caught a bear illness? Well, I have to say, he has caught a little bit of the old, you know, the syphilis. You know, that one you get from, you know, too much of that. You know, that one. Yeah, yeah. I can't say it on you, but you know what I'm saying. That one. Yeah, he has caught a bit of that, because several times I've come up the stairs and he's not been underneath here, sitting where he usually sits. Oh, I don't know what he gets up to, but he could be a dirty bear. He could be a damn dirty bear. That rule being that cell phones are completely, utterly and totally banned. No WhatsApp, no Google, no Tinder, no Facebook, no X, no Instagram, no nothing. Your phone cannot be in your hands whatsoever. I mean, you have to get people to smell your milk, Dave, which says everything. Dave will retire when he wants lads him to enjoy as long as he wants. Yes. Problem is you can't speak anyone in Chatham because they're all crack addicts. That's true. Hello, Shane Paul. Welcome to the stream, sir. So you'll be retiring next week then? We love... Oh, thank you, mate. Who is better, Josh or Josh's mum? That's no contest. It's Josh's mum. She's got far better comic timing. She is actually funny. So I'm going to vote for Josh's mum every single time. There you go. Just naturally funny. Unlike Josh, who has to force it. Is anybody still watching those bloody advent calendar things? Oh my god. A little piece of me died about 2 weeks ago, and it's never recovered after watching those. I think I got to day 12 or so. I don't know. And then I fell asleep. Not Gonzo yet. Did you order Space Precinct? I haven't yet, but I will be. What's today? I can't remember. I will be at the weekend for Defo. Yes. TB as ED. Lol, what that gesture. Dirty TV, not how you mean. Dave likes mums. I do. I love mums and MILFs. Yes. I really do like women in the 50 to 55 is really floated my bubble lately. 50 to 55 it's really doing it for me, I have to admit. Yes, I do like those MILFs. I like those MILFs. Yes, with the huge. Anyway, let's move on. Who is better, Josh or Josh's Rudolph? Josh's Rudolph is far better, even though it doesn't work. He's still infinitely more entertaining than Josh's. Just the pure fact that he doesn't work. He just sits there and does nothing. He's the ultimate stand-up guy, and he's so much more entertaining than Josh's. It's unbelievable. I mean, he spent 2 weeks trying to put batteries into a toy. Yeah, he spent literally 2 weeks trying to put batteries into a toy, and he wonders why he hasn't got a girlfriend. Boom, boom. Ah, dear. Josh's mum. Yeah, there you go. Josh is an absolute genius. Is that because you're about 190? Yeah, it's that all the time, like off topic. Dave was born the year 1800. TMY is crazy. That cool room suits his ass. Josh's advent calendar is a fail. Do you have Josh's advent calendar? Yes, I do. It was me. He was actually buying it from me. Yes, he was. He didn't know he was. Yes. My name is actually Shelley or Sheila or whatever he said it was he was talking to. That was me. I've got it. I've got the calendar. Yeah. £11.95. What a bargain that was for an advent calendar. Jesus Christ. Was the chocolate covered in gold? Because for £11.95, I'd want the chocolate covered in gold. Dave Hookster is a Dave Chadster. Where is his advent calendar? I don't know. You only like Josh's mum because she's... Jenny, that was it, Jenny. Yes, I'm Jenny. That was me. I'm Jenny. Yes. Yes, I was selling it on eBay. Yes, he thought it was Jenny. It was me. It was me. It was me. Yes, he's not getting the calendar either. I'm going to keep it because I just like to watch him suffer. Yes, 18 days he's been suffering now, uploading these videos, and I just love it. I just love it. You only like Josh's mum because she's a... Just leave it now. Just leave it. Just leave it, okay? Send Bois to bed, somebody. Yes, Dave Sigma Hook. Yes, there you go. Anyway, that's it from me. Thank you, everyone. I should be back for a part 2 tomorrow, hopefully. If not, I will try and fit it in at some point before Christmas. So I'd just like to say thanks to everyone in the stream tonight. Thanks to Champ92. Thanks to Mr. Rugai. Will F1, of course, the legendary Will F1. And, of course, Mr. Bois, another legendary person. He's got his comment pinned at the top about MJ definitely beat it. Well done. Well done. That's quote of the night. Who else did we have in the chat? Mr. Shane Paul, good evening, sir. And who else have we got? Just scrolling down the chat now. Lionel Plessy was in there. Thank you, sir. I think we had DGM99 was in there. And of course we had Matt. And Polish Eddie. Almost forgot Polish Eddie. Oh my goodness. Don't forget. Go check out Polish Eddie's YouTube channel. He's doing really well. Doing really well. Really is. Go check out Polish Eddie. And just before I go, I'm going to do a shout out to this guy. I'm going to do a shout out to this guy. Mr. SN13K. It's Nick Van Gelder. Let's put it this way. Okay, I'm going to do a shout out to him. This video here on the F1 2010 career mode, he actually mentions me twice in the video because I have been commenting on every single video. He's done one season so far. It's taken him over a year to do a season because he says he uploads very, very slowly. But I've been there and I've been commentating. So, yes, go watch that video because I say I get a mention twice during the video. I was like, wow, after I got the first mention. But then he guys mentions me again at the end. And I'm like, oh, my God, my head is literally going to be about 20 foot wide. So there you go. Go check him out. SN13K3R. It's Nick Van Gelder. Now he does lots of F1 Project Car stuff. Mostly it's done in his own language. He doesn't speak English, but he does do these F1 2010 videos. He does them in English. That's basically why I watch them because I can't understand him in his own native language, which is understandable. But yes, he does do these in English. So go check him out. And as I say, there's 2 mentions of me in the video, so it was great to see. You know, I was just sitting here watching the video, and then suddenly he went, "I'd just like to say a special mention to him." And I went, "What? Me? He's a proper racer, though. He does sim racing. He's got lots of sim racing equipment. Check out some of his videos as well, where he's got his setup. I mean, look, this is all his gear he's got. I mean, it's fantastic stuff. Look at it. 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 Great to see. Anyway, there you go. Go check him out and go and check out that video where I get 2 mentions. 2 mentions. Couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe it. Quiz tomorrow. Yeah, I'll try and do a quiz tomorrow. F1 2001 for Christmas. I have just finished the editing on that video. I've just finished the editing. I've got 2 comedy skits to record on my mobile phone. I won't tell you what they are because you'll find out when I do the video. I've got 2 comedy skits. They're only going to be about 30 seconds each. I've got those to record. I've also then got to do the commentary for the said video. and then it will be finished and I can upload it to YouTube. So I'm not going to say when it's going to be, but it will be on sometime during Christmas. It'll probably be after Christmas now. I don't like releasing videos on the 24th or 25th because no one watches them. So it'll be an after Christmas thing, I'm pretty sure. We're talking Boxing Day. No, can't do Boxing Day, I won't be around. It'll be 27th, 28th, 29th, 30th. It'll be one of those days I should be releasing it there. So look out for it there. Send Dave to YouTube jail. Yes. Merry Christmas to everyone in advance. F1 World for James May's career mode. Yes, he is a good YouTuber. He is really classy. Yes, he is. Yes. Go check out Nick Van Gelder. He's on just over 1K, which means he can monetize his videos, possibly, soon. How much did Nick pay you? He paid me £60, which is my standard contract fee for anything. Yes. Anything you want me to do, it's £60. There you go. The King's speech as interrupted by Dave. Just realise it's a few days before. Just realise it's a few days before Christmas. Yes, it is just a few days before Christmas. Yes. So as I say, but the most important thing about that video is the editing is now done. I've done it. That's the thing that takes the most time because I have to go through every single lap. Because unfortunately, if you fast forward it on a game like that, you just skip through things. And I need to go through every single lap to get that famous comment that you know what it is about the blue flags. And I can only do that if I'm listening to it as it's live. So I have to watch the whole of the 71 laps. That's why it takes a very long time to do. But the good thing is that is now done. The editing is done. Done and dusted. I reached the last lap, I think yesterday, and that was it. I went, oh, thank God for that. So yes, 2 comedy skits, the commentary, and all the other stuff that goes with it. You know, the little editing bits. But that won't take as long as the editing. So that should be out sometime after Christmas. Just released a video a few days before Christmas. Well, if I get a chance to, I will do. But if it gets to the 23rd and I haven't got a chance to, I won't do it 24th or 25th because I say no one watches YouTube around that time because it's just, you know. So if I get, I'll say 23rd is the cut-off point. If I've done it by 23rd, I'll release it. If not, then I will do it after Christmas. A game like that, i.e. a broken buggy mess. Yes, absolutely. Dave, when is your birthday? My birthday, sir, is in April. Yes, April. I won't give out the exact date because sometimes that's used for security stuff. But it is April, and it's in the early part of April. May you always be healthy and blessed. You're really a good man, mate. Oh, thank you very much, sir. Thank you. I'll tell you what, that's possibly the best way to end the stream with a comment like that. So thank you very much. Thank you very much to everyone in the stream. And I'll say, hopefully I'll be back tomorrow. So join me then. If I'm not, I will fit one in sometime before Christmas, definitely. There'll be a part 2, definitely. Okay, April checked. There'll be a part 2. So thanks, everyone. A bad day for all. That's funny. That's what my mum said. Yes. I'll tell you this quick story before I go. Okay. You'll probably guess the date now when I was born, but I was born when in the UK, but it doesn't just apply to the UK. It applies everywhere. A financial year comes to an end. A financial year comes to an end, and a new financial year starts. Yeah. So you probably worked out what day that is. Okay, but I was born. If I was born on the day before the financial year ended, my mum, and don't forget this was 1969, my mum would have got £300 from the government. Okay, don't ask me in context to what, I don't know, but she would have got £300 from the government. But because I was a day late and came out on the day of the next financial year, she lost out on that £300. And she reminds me of that fact pretty much every single day of my life. Yes. I could have got £300, don't you know, don't you know, don't you know. Yes. So there you go. Fascinating story for you there. Anyway, thanks everyone. I will see you hopefully tomorrow. Good night. Good night.